We're ready to go.
Part two.
What's
Part two?
up?
Is it part two? This is part
Yeah.
two. And you're gonna be drilling me with more questions.
The people want more, and we give the people what they want.
Well, I don't know how much more I have, but I'll give it. I'll bring it. I'm bringing it to the table, baby.
I know you got more to give. I know you do. You got all kinds of nuggets of goodness.
God, we're back to the nugs again.
Yeah.
Brian,
Just gotta
settle
wrap
down
it in.
over there.
Wrap it around. You know what I mean?
All right.
Bringing it in.
All right, I love it.
What
I'm ready. Let's fire away.
How are you today? What's going on in your world?
Today's good. Today's a good, man. It's we're almost close to February, and yeah, I mean on a business side, it's been kind of slow at the pub, but it's been so stinking cold, so that doesn't help anyone. But yeah, it's been I got a lot of stuff in the hopper, and it's kind of like just every day it's a checklist, and you just go right down the checklist, man. Mm-hmm. And it's a good sense of accomplishment. I didn't hit all the checks yesterday, but that's okay because I just added them on today, and today's a good day. So
yeah,
I'm not.
There's stuff to do every day, right?
There is.
It's crazy that you think you're
things.
just gonna get down on the to-do list, and it just keeps going.
Yeah. I'll knock two off and add one more.
Yeah.
And then we just keep going. But yeah, it's the days have been like that. I have a lot of things in the works, business wise and personal stuff. I mean, it's just another great day, but business wise, really strategizing and making some moves. Like I said, 26 is the year, man. It's fucking full tilt, man.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about doing all that, really. And it's just, the steps we have to get going. We're doing some bookings for here. We got some events planning. I just booked another one for October. We got a really awesome thing in October. I know it's October, and I know it seems like it's a ways away, but it won't be. And especially the way January went. I mean, It just gone.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of fun stuff coming down the road, and it's a lot of change. So I'm just mentally preparing. The physical part, whatever, we'll figure it out. But the mental part of it has been a struggle, but it's real life stuff, man. I mean, it's you got business stuff that you're doing, and we talked about it a little bit, just the business side of things. You're an entrepreneur, you and your husband, and every day's a challenge, right? And every day, there's people out there that go 9 to 5 and just it's fine, and which is awesome. I'm not that person. I don't think you guys are either. And that game of being your own boss and business owner and stuff, damn, it could be a struggle. And there's, like you said earlier, it was like, how did you say it? Well, you think you could do it so you can schedule your own days and do your own stuff. Remember, like everybody talks about like, oh, well, you're your own boss and you could do whatever and you could do this and that. And it's like, you can, but you're not going to do that. Like,
yeah.
And I think the further anyone goes on with that, especially when you're starting out or, I consider myself like right in the middle of it, like I've been doing it for a while. So it's like there and, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking what's my exit strategy and how's that look? But you guys sit there and go, I mean, there's a lot of sacrifices to be had and made. And not everybody's willing to do that, and it's a mindset. And I think that part of it is, it's scary for a lot of people, man. Mm-hmm. It's scary. I mean, like my wife's a nurse, she's got a pretty, it's a day job kind of thing. She's got some late night stuff too, but, in her world, it's black and white. This is what you do. This is how you fix it. This is, this and that. And where I'm just kind of, I live in this gray world all the time. Like I get up and it's gray, and it's just, and I don't mean like it's bad. I'm just saying, just things change and it's different every day. And you have to be able to accept that. And some people are not. And which is good. I'm not saying that's good or bad. That's irrelevant, but
Right.
it's just the fact that that's what happens. There's things you miss. There's a Christmas that you might not be on time. There might be a birthday that you're not there. There's things to do that. And not everybody's willing to accept that. And but with that being said, there's a balance. You try to balance everything. And I know that's probably one of the biggest things for me as a entrepreneur, as business owner kind of thing. It's just like you got to find the line of trying to do family things that are important, and then the things that are important with the business. And there's it's a fine line, and it's tough. It really is. I'll say that to you guys because you're gonna be a family pretty soon here.
Yes.
So I'm just saying like it's tough, and you have to be willing to accept that and know that maybe down the road, you don't see it right now, but down the road, you're like, it'll be better, it'll be good, we'll figure this out, and be willing to accept some of the things that don't go right, and I think that too often is people they don't want to do that. So I'm gonna throw that out at you because I know you both are like to do that, and I love both of you. So and you both are, you got a little family going,
Yeah.
Gabriella's got a little thing growing there, and so
Little something brewing.
little something brewing, and but and when that's going to be a challenge it's in itself, and then also
Yeah, I mean it's a challenge without kids too.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And so you got to be willing to do that. And not that the 9 to 5ers got it easy or
No.
better or anything like that. It's just different. It's different. And so
It's part of
know.
it's part of it. It's part of life. Like trying to figure out. You say the word balance, and it's like, what does balance even mean? Like, what is the balance? Because your balance is going to be different than somebody else, and you have a business, so you like are trying to manage this like other family in a way of like people that you're trying to keep moving on things, and they need you for stuff, and got to keep the pub going and responding to other people, and then you have like family at home and events and different times of the year that are busier than others.
Yeah.
So it can be hard to like say what's the actual balance that you want to like, what is balance? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody uses that term, and I feel like it is sometimes hard to really put your finger on it and feel like you're doing the right thing. Like, am I doing the right thing? And you just take it one decision at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's many nights I'll lay in bed and just go, this has got to work. This is it. Like, and then the little devil on your shoulder's like, no, that ain't working, dude.
Yeah.
And then you just sit there and you fight that battle. And then I think for me, when I put everything in perspective of like, like what we talked about, the whys, and I'm sitting here going, my why is this. This is why I'm driving. This is why I keep going. This is what I do, and then insert that and then throw the balance in there, whatever that may be. You're right. Balance is kind of a, fuck it. What's the balance,
Right.
Like it's just whatever you can make it for you. You're right. And my thing is too, you're right. I got, I have my family at home. I have my friends and things that I enjoy spending time with, and then I have the family at work who, honestly, I enjoy them too. I mean, I guess that's one thing I can choose. I can pick and choose who I want to work with at work, um, but I look at those guys for family too, and some days I wish I didn't, just because it's one thing less to worry about. But I mean, I know these guys have families. I know, they need money to work, or to survive. They have schedules, they have things like that, and so I find that tough, because I might get my head, like mentally into that same situation that they're in,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times I've been there. I had those struggles. I've been there, so I know they're real, and I know they're scary, and I know some people can't handle it. So
Mm-hmm.
so then I take all that in account, and I shouldn't, because it's like, I don't want anybody dealing with my problems, or things that I got. So you just do your thing, and I'll do my thing, but it's tough because I employ these people, and I'll have anywhere between 5 and 30 employees, and it's like, they're all kind of a family, and I appreciate all of them. So it's like, well, most of them, but there's always a couple, but again, then we get to pick and choose, so yeah, so that part of it uh, is a thing that I struggle with sometimes. I don't think, if that's my downside on being a business person, for that, I feel like I have a conscience, and sometimes that I feel like, um,
That's good.
I need to just throw it, throw it away,
Yeah.
because then I just move on, and it's like,
Right.
you know, you have the ability to just say, fuck it, I don't care,
Mm-hmm.
and move on. I don't care that, we got CPS is going to take your kid. I don't care. It's not
Mm-hmm.
my problem. I don't care that you don't have money for rent. It's not my problem. But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately,
You do care.
I do care, and it pisses me off sometimes. But but yeah, I mean, whatever. It is what it is, and so you just keep driving and find your why, go and just go, and
Mm-hmm.
let the people do what they want to do. And
Right. No, it is sort of a gift to have compassion, and it probably does affect their work too. And like, their personal life, you sometimes try to have it not, but I'm sure it does, and it affects you, it affects everybody, and you try for it not to affect your work, but oftentimes it can, I'm sure.
yeah,
So, but you can't, you know, can't help everybody and put that on yourself too. So it's that balance, but balance. Is that our word for today?
it might be.
Balance?
Today's word is balance. Huh. I
I
don't know.
feel like we were just starting something there.
We've got a word of every podcast.
Yeah. I love it.
All right.
I think nuggets was the last word of the
Yeah,
last
Nugs was
podcast or
good.
something.
I don't know. I'm about ready to say fuck balance too, but
It's different every day, and everybody's got their own stuff going on in their life. But do you think that having employees, what's it like to have a group of employees that you work with? Like, what's it like to be a leader and like you said, balance between caring versus motivation, and what's the hardest part about having employees?
yeah,
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
yeah. I mean, there's good and bad to both, right? I I've had some really awesome employees. A lot for the last 20, almost 30 years, of doing this, and having some really badass employees, like really awesome people, good people, and the restaurant business is, we're usually a stepping stone to their next journey, their next whatever their profession is. Now I've had some. I still have some that continue to work with me. That's like their setup, whatever they want to do, restaurant stuff, which is you're fucking crazy, but that's great. But yeah, so dealing with a lot of employees, and I've had a big team, really big team. I know in Eau Claire, I mean, at one time we had shit. I think we had 70 servers, 30 bartenders, 30 cooks. I mean, we had a big crew. To 20, 30 people that we have now. But it's fun. It's fun to see everybody. If you can get a team together, if you can get a crew together to work on the same page and the same goal of taking care of the people that come in, the customers that come in, to brew awesome beer, to produce awesome food, and then make a badass cocktail behind the bar and give good customer service and talk to these people, and it's a warm fuzzy moment, like mm-hmm. it's awesome, I mean, and there are a lot of those days, I mean, I have a good crew now, that it's been fun, doing that. There's a big crew, I've had in the past, but to put together a whole day for a customer to walk in from start to finish and leave with a 5-star review is I mean, that's what our goal is, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can get a team to do that and put that together, and you sit there and go, yeah, that's cool, like, yeah, I might not have had anything to do with it, but we had the right people on the bus that did the right things, and that's freaking awesome. Like that's when you go back and you go, God, that was a really awesome day, and those are the days that keep me driving, I mean, the restaurant industry in itself is a double-edged sword. You live by it and you'll die by it. I mean, it's like, seriously, like, the days are so awesome that you have, like I just said, and then it's the total opposite. Like, someone took dum-dum pills and handed them out to all the employees as they came in to work, and everything was messed up, everything was off. The cheese curds are burnt, the bartenders are, they had a bad day, broke up with their boyfriend, and they're in a bad mood or something, and it's like everything happens, things like that happen. CO2 runs out, whatever, the real things happen, and then it's like, you're like, dang. Mm-hmm. And then you sit there in the office driving home, whatever it is, and you're going, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? And you're just going, how, and then you gotta take notes or mental notes or whatever, and try to readjust the next day and course correct however you gotta do it, and then just roll out with it. And so, and the restaurant business is a tough one. So I think when you get all those employees in there and stuff, it's like, man, a lot of different, I mean, it's no different than anyone else, mm-hmm. But yeah, so I've had some really awesome employees back in the day, and it's phenomenal. I enjoy it, and it's fun to see. I enjoy seeing the employees that I've worked with, and see what they've become after they left serving or bartending or cooking, and you see them down there, they're doctors, or they're nurses, or they're school teachers, or they're superintendents, or whatever, and it's just like, that's pretty cool. Actually, I'll tell you a story. This is one of my favorite stories.
Okay, good.
She's like, another story.
I love it.
But one time, I was in getting my teeth cleaned, and I had one tooth that was just bothering me, right? And I was like, holy shit, this thing hurts. I went in, and I was going on a trip to the cabin for like a week. So it was up north. And I was like, this thing was pounding. And if you ever have had a toothache before, man, those things are the worst. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, can we fix this? Can we make something? They're like, do. They're like, dude, you need a root canal. I'm like, I need a root canal? They're like, yeah. And this is like, we're leaving Friday, and this is like Wednesday. And I'm going, oh shit. So they're like, let me make some phone calls and we'll get something going. And they're like, boom, boom, boom. They come back. They're like, yeah, we wouldn't be able to get you in until like next week. I'm like, well, I'm gone next week. I leave Friday. And they're like, well, we called so and so and so and so and so and so. I'm like, okay, hold on. You called where in? And I won't say any names, but they're like, okay, so and so, they can't do it until whatever. I'm like, okay. So I get my phone out and I get on the thing and I text one of my old servers. I mean, she was like circa 97, 98. Like she was one of the first ones. And I've stayed in contact with her, but she's like a endo, doctor,
Mm-hmm.
she does all that root canals. And I send her a text and I say, hey, code red. Code red. I need a root canal like ASAP. And like literally I must have caught her like right at the perfect time, and she's like where are you at right now? And I'm like, I'm at this place, the dentist place, and they're like, she goes, well, can you get in and like can you be here like in an hour? I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'll see you in an hour. So then I get on the phone and my doctor comes in, the dentist comes in, he's like, so what'd you think? I said, I'm leaving here, so let's wrap this up. I'm going over there and I'm getting a root canal in an hour. They're like, are you shitting me? I'm like, no. Like, they're like, it's Dr. So and so. And they're like, okay. So they did whatever, like got me prepped or whatever. And then, and I went over there and got a root canal. And I was sitting there. I remember like laying in the thing and I'm like, oh, her name. I'm just like, you're a lifesaver. You are an absolute. You're not a lifesaver, and so she was. She's a rock star. I won't say her name, but she was awesome. And but she's a doctor, and she it's the connections that I've had for 25 years, and I can get a root canal whenever almost. God, I don't want to do that again. But
That's crazy, like the connections over time
yeah,
that you can make and how you can, have long-term employees, but also like have benefits with the short-term employees too. Because sometimes you hear like investing into employees and then they move on and all that training is gone and that type of thing too. I'm sure it can be hard, but it does have, long-term benefits too if you look at it the positive way, right?
yeah, yeah. Get a good root canal.
You got connections all over the place. I'm sure you could get some other stuff too.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's
Awesome.
good to have connections.
So we had one question come in. So we had some questions that, the people want answered. One of the questions was, how do you hype up a burnt out crew?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I'll tell you this, it trickles down, right? It starts from you. You're the boss. You're it. And again, like that's some people don't like that pressure. So I unfortunately do, which is crazy. I like that little stress, a little bit, but how I get them hyped up is we go through the goals, we go through the things that matter. What is the end goal at the end of the day? And everybody's got a little trigger. Everybody that motivates a little different. But I think as a collective whole, in a setting like that, it's like, let's refocus and what are we here for? You know, like what are we actually here for? And in the end, all of them are like, oh, we got to make some money. You know, not for me. They don't give a shit about if I make money, but they got to make money. There's tips, you know, they're clocked in. They keep business, you know, and it's like, so to get them motivated is to try to redirect them and focus on what we're really there for, and then like you know, here's the features and benefits, you know. I mean, just like I'm selling anything to anybody else, you know, just like you know, the features and benefits, you know, like what does this feature have, and how does it benefit them, you know, and so you know that's the bottom line. I mean, that's sales 101 really, you know, but so you got to get them back to that, and I think it all really boils down on the weight of, like, say, my shoulders, you know, or the manager who's ever leading that team, you know. You got to stay positive. Things don't always work out, but you got to stay positive. You got to keep looking forward and keep going to the goals that you're looking at. I mean, sounds pretty cliche kind of thing, but it really is. It all boils down to you, and you know, a lot of that is, you know, it's the mindset, you know, and if you've ever seen a duck swimming, you ever see a duck? I love this analogy, but you ever see a duck swimming? You know, like and it rains and the water just flows right off the back. You know, it's just like. But if you looked underneath the water, the feet are rolling fast, man. It's just like woo, going. So it's like, but you never see that. You know what I mean? So like in my head, I'm like that feet. They're just rolling, just fucking wild. You know. But on the outside, I gotta be like, this is all right. This is cool. Yeah, someone just brought back a burger that wasn't cooked right. All right, that's all right. Let's just make it right, right? Let's get this. Let's redo it. Let's put some speed to it though, so we can get it done. And let's go. You know, someone didn't like this. That's all right. Let's go. I'm not here to battle with somebody. Why didn't you like it right? You didn't like the food. You didn't do. No, it's okay. Sorry you didn't. I'm sorry you didn't like it. You know, but this is what it is. You move on. And so I think it all stems from you, top down, trickle down, and if you stay positive, you keep working hard, it shows. I think. I mean, so it's like, you know, everybody wants to look at a leader and be like, that's cool. Like they're, you know, you want to follow that person, however that may be, you know, and if you see success and you see a good mindset and positivity, like no, you're not gonna follow a negative guy, and it's easy. I'm not saying I'm positive all the time. I mean, I'm an asshole and I can be mean, and I'm not saying I'm happy go lucky all the time, like roo rah rah. I'm not. And that's when I usually got to walk it off and be like, okay, I got to mentally regroup myself, and let's go tackle this. You know what I mean? Let's just step back a bit. Let's go in. Let's tear it up. Let's do this shit.
Yeah, well, you talk about that, and you know, what you said was absolutely perfect. It starts from the top and being a good leader, but, you know, talking about specifically you know, when you're feeling like burnt out, and you talked about like things aren't going well and you kind of check yourself, what are some things that you do or habits that you maintain to try to, you know, stay positive or recheck or, you know, regroup? What are some things that you're actually doing? Like talking to people, listening to anything, like.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I there's a lot of steps that I take. I mean, honestly, but I think the biggest thing that I do for me is that I go back to the why. Why do I do it? You know, yeah, I want to be successful. I want to be able to look at a project that I did and been like, this is awesome. I'm glad this is working out. I'm glad this is it. You know, whatever. So I go back to whatever that why is, you know, and it changes for me, you know. I mean, but for the most part, it's always the same. Like I want to be successful. I want to, I want to, I love to deal with people. I like to talk to people. I like to like, I mean, I mean, it's tough because there's a lot of stuff, but it's all different. But how I mentally prepare that is I go through all the stuff that really matters, and that's, bottom line, whether it's, I look at like my kids, my family, I had goals, the goals that I set, I told myself I wanted to like retire when I was 55. Like I've said that since I was 20, and I'll be 50 this year, so that means I better get rolling, Um, but it's all those, and that's where I go to, and in my mind, and sometimes I got to go to the places that help really create that, bring it back to it. And that's, and that sounds dumb, but like, that's why I love the fall. I love sitting in a duck blind. Sometimes, it's just being quiet, and just checking things out, just really being present. That makes me kind of decompress and then get back to where I need to be, Um, so that is, or if I got to walk in the woods. I mean, I think it's underrated for therapy. I really do. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I play that with my kids and my wife, that I'm not going out to the woods. I'm not doing this. But then I bring them out, and then I just watch their demeanor and I watch everything, and they come back to the truck like new people. Like they don't know that. They don't even know that they'll know now, but 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 they don't even know that. So I think it's underrated, and whether that is, it might be my piece, but I feel like stuff like that, take a walk to the park, whatever it is, I don't know, whatever, go on a boat ride, it's all the things that then that just helps get your mindset to what your why is, why you're doing what you're doing. It's easy to get down. I mean, I've gone through so much in the last 5 years, and I look back and I'm just like, fuck this, like literally just going off, and I just sit there and go, why? And I have people that, are in my circle that know the situations, whether it's, lawsuits or, business shortage or the road constructions or all the shit, and they look at me and they go, how in the fuck do you do that? And my answer is like, I find another level. I find another level of grind or grit, or just find another, my why. I go back to that, and then I roll with it. Then I keep it rolling. You know, and that's really what it is. I mean, it's um, that's how I motivate myself. That's how I do. That's how I continue to do it. And then yeah, I mean, I'll roll with that. I'll be jacked up, just jacked, ready to go after I get done with this. And then as soon as I turn my phone off the airplane mode, it's gonna be like, bing, 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 and then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, back to reality, back to the whatever I got. So,
well, it's important to reset, and like,
yeah,
it's really cool that you use nature for that, and really being present is so important too. So
I'm a big nature guy. I love that stuff. I really do. It's I think it's underrated. I really do. I mean, it's I love to hunt, but I also like to just go take pictures, and I'm a bird guy. I don't want to be like that weird bird guy, but I love birds. Like I love taking pictures of them. I don't. I mean, I got binos in my truck all the time. But I enjoy that part, and I think I'm a little weird that way maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
I love that stuff. I really do. Like, there's a lot of times I was driving at Northwoods a while, like a couple weeks ago, and there's this I don't know, I can't identify it, and it really ticks me off. And but I was driving all over Northwoods around the block and stuff, and the neighbors who are good friends of mine that come over all the time sent me a text. They're like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm like parked in front of their house, go drive a little bit, check, because it was like this thing was flying back and forth. So, yeah, something a little weird. Anyways,
That's awesome.
no, that's weird.
No, it's awesome to have something that you enjoy that makes you feel more present. And if that's what it is, I mean, we all have our different things that we love.
I enjoy smoking cigars too, but I probably shouldn't be doing that either. I don't know.
That's part of your mindset ritual.
Oh my God, yeah.
You left a piece out.
I smoke one of those Olivias. I call them Olivias, but they're not Olivas. But yeah, that's.
You were just talking about that today. That there's hydration that goes along with cigars.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep them moist, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know
that makes a good
cigars.
smoke. That makes a good smoke. Humidor. Put them in a humidor.
Fancy.
The boxes aren't like that, made for that. Shipping only. And they look good.
You love the cigars.
Yeah.
That's kind of part of your thing.
Yeah. I love those. I try not to have too many, but I mean, maybe one a day, maybe. I don't know.
Don't have to give away all your secrets.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't. Nobody knows. But there was a thing called Cigar Tuesdays. So cigar and bourbon Tuesdays.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard of this thing. I don't know for sure.
Is this a secret club or something?
It's a secret club. Yeah, it's a group.
You're giving away all your secrets.
I just heard about it. I've never seen it. I've never been a part of it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways.
Well, it's cool because I'm sure that you connect with friends that way too. So it's
yeah, there's some cool dudes that smoke cigars, man.
It's kind of like all that is just an environment and, enjoying friendship. And I feel like that's a real Wisconsin thing, that it's like we use like food and beverages. Well, a lot of people do, I guess. And like that creates, the environment. People enjoy hanging out and being in that. So
yeah, I
feel like that's definitely part of your vibe.
Yeah. Oh, I for sure. I love that. I mean, the beer, the food, cigars. I love it all. I mean, I love that, and that's why I like this industry. I think because of it, because of all that, and you meet some really cool people, man. Like you meet some really cool people. You get to converse and share a beer, whatever it is.
It slows life down a bit, Like you can't go anywhere when you're eating. Like you're sitting there and you're eating. Can't be on your phone. Like it's a good time to create those connections with people.
Yeah. I mean, if you could share a brisket and a beer, and a cigar wrapped up with a cigar and bourbon. I don't know if there's something better. I don't know if there's anything that is better.
Slows you down.
Maybe tacos.
Tacos.
I don't know. I love food. I mean, obviously, look at me, but
I love food.
Yeah. Well, food is good.
It's a part of like culture, slowing down, atmosphere. I think it's all a part of it. And I think that's so special because you do create a very specific atmosphere at your place. And I think that does say a lot about you too. Like the raw woods and like the bourbon and the, nostalgia of the space that you're in and, history. I think it's all like...
Yeah, I suppose.
It is such... I just love walking into Northwoods and you're like... You just feel like... I'm up north, I love it. I'm feeling cozy. The fireplace is rolling. Like, let me just sit down and relax for a little bit. Like, let's slow life down a bit.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the whole experience, right? Like that's what people are digging. I mean,
Yeah.
I personally love it. I mean, I do that.
You create it.
Yeah, and I like to create that. Yeah, absolutely. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I didn't.
Was that good?
That was good.
I just pulled that out of nowhere.
You did.
Yeah.
I'll give it. That's good. I like it.
There's more where that came from. You know that.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm afraid of.
I got all kinds of good stuff.
I'm afraid of that. So.
Awesome. Well, we can kind of move on to some rapid fire questions.
Oh God, let's do it. Rapid fire.
What is your most favorite beer that you didn't brew?
Anchorage Brewing. There was called a beer called Crazy Rays, and it is brewed in Anchorage, Alaska. It's called Anchorage Brewing. It is an absolute bomb ass beer. IPA. I don't like IPAs. I traditionally will not even touch an IPA. But my brother-in-law got me this IPA from a friend we have a friend that lives up there, and it's his cousin, but I've known him too. Anyways, they brought it down one time, and my brother-in-law, he was a beer guy, loved beer stuff, and he's like, dude, you got to try this beer. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'm not drinking it now, though. I got stuff going on. And so I had this beer literally, and this was the summertime, so I had it in my cooler in the back, and then I literally had it in the back of my cooler, rolling around for like a month probably. And then I took this beer and I put it in my garage fridge. And then I opened up that one day and I was like, oh, I got to bring this to work so I can try it. And so I brought it to work because I wanted my brewer at the time to try it. So I'm like, I'm going to bring that in. And then I left it at the pub. I don't know, forever, whatever. And for like 2 years, actually, by the time I cracked it open, because I was like, how long? Oh, that's been like 2 years. I'm like, really? I'm like, that's how my world just gone.
Like
and
the flat Stanley.
But it was like COVID, during the COVID years, like those are like, I just want to erase all that stuff. But that freaking, so I had that beer and it was freaking amazing. It was absolutely awesome. And funny story is that one day I'm making some IPAs because we never really did a lot. I mean, we had an IPA, but not a cool hazy IPA. And I'm like, I'm going to call up there. I'm going to talk to this Gabe and talk to him and be like, hey, because most of the brewers, like if you talk to another brewer, usually like they'll give you some nuggets, they'll give you stuff, and I'm like, I'm calling this dude. What the heck? I'm like in Wisconsin. Like he's got to give me some nugs on this, So then I went to the bank and I came back and I picked up the phone, I Googled it up there, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna call this guy. So I started calling him. I looked down at my Brewing News magazine, and here he is on the front cover. Anchorage Brewing is on the front cover. I'm like, oh shit, he's never gonna answer this, And I never ended up talking to him because I was just, he's just, I don't know, he's just never answered.
He's on the cover.
But he was on the cover of the Brewing News, rated one of the best.
It was meant to be.
It was one of the best breweries in the country in 23 or something. 22.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
And I had no idea. I've never heard of them until then. And so I have special deliveries from Anchorage Brewing when I have friends that come up there all the time and live up there, and so when they come back, they bring me little nugs. Have
you ever been up there?
I've never been up there. No.
That would be cool.
One of these days, I'll be up there for sure. Yeah.
That's like totally your vibe.
Yeah. I would dig it up there. I might not even move. I might not even come back. Just I'm there.
Yeah, it's an awesome place, I've heard, but yeah, I'd like to go too.
Someday. I'll go up there. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was but yeah, I thought as soon as I saw that, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna hear from him. And I never did. I would call up there anyway. Did I keep calling? Fuck yeah. I kept calling. Hey, is Gabe around? No, he's not. I said, hey, leave a message. Sean, Northwoods Brewing. Here's my number. Boom. Maybe 2 days later, hey, is Gabe in? No, he's not here. I say, hey, here's my number, Sean, Northwoods Brewing, blah.
Well, maybe
I kept
he'll
doing
hear
it.
you on the podcast and call you.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. He'll be right on it.
You'll get there someday.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. It's awesome to find something that you really like, and you're like, oh, this is.
Yeah.
It kind of changes things, where you're like, that's my thing now.
Yeah. That wasn't rapid fire. Sorry.
No.
I'll make them rapid fire.
No, you do you. That's good. This is all part of you. This is part of how we roll.
That's scary. Sorry.
No, you're a storyteller. That's one of the best parts about you.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing anyone has ever ordered? Or like weird customer interaction, or any stories that are coming from that?
It's not really, maybe not food wise, beer wise. I mean, I always have people that are, the beer nerd guys that come in and they're like, oh, we got this and I've done this and I brew beer myself, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And they're like, well, we got this little brewery and I got it set up. And some of those breweries that they have, like their home brewers, are pretty sweet, And I don't mind talking to them. Sometimes they're like, oh, you should brew this, chocolate, coconut, peanut butter, roasted stout or something. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. You brew that stuff. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. How about that? And so yeah, I'll get some random stuff like beer, maybe more beer wise. The food's like whatever. I mean, there's people that are like, they see them on TikTok or like there's, I'll get DMs like, hey, you should try this. Like I just got one for the cowboy shotgun shells or whatever. With the jalapeno poppers and wrapped up with cream cheese brisket and stuff. And I'm like, some of those are pretty cool. Like, yeah, I might try. Oh, yeah.
My stomach is growling
already. See,
I hope the mic didn't pick that up. That was really dramatic.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
I'm sorry.
Somebody's talking down there.
I gotta have snacks on hand.
All right.
That's my
Gosh darn it, I have nothing in here. Sorry.
No, it's not your job.
You're host.
Sorry, that was a distraction.
Gosh. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's oddball stuff, but nothing like really like wild, I guess.
Do people like generally like the classics for beer and stuff, or is there any like weird things that you've done that like people like, oh, I didn't think people would like that much, but we're already like sold out or something?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean that trends, that beer world's been trending. I mean, it's up and down, and somebody's hot on something, it's like all of a sudden like the browns are hot, everybody's got a brown on. The IPA's been hot, it's like, just it kind of varies really.
Based on season or like just
just kind of whatever's hot. I mean, they just I feel like everything comes from the coasts, East Coast, West Coast, and kind of just shrinks in, and then by the time the Midwest gets it, everybody on the East Coast has been doing it for a couple of years, but it just kind of goes up and down. Like seltzers are hot, and that's not even beer, that's stupid stuff. But seltzers are hot, and 1 minute the IPAs are hot. Then we did a peanut butter porter one time, and that was like hot all of a sudden. Then it was like peanut butter porters. Everybody had it, so then. What do? I go the opposite way. I just quit brewing it. Like that's just, it's terrible. Like I that's one thing I feel like I gotta work on maybe, because it's like if I see a whole trend going one way, I mean I'll ride it for a little bit and then I'm out. Or like if I see this, I go the other way. Like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I should just jump on the trend with it, but I'm just it's my personality. I hate it, like everybody's a Packer fan. Well, I was like, nah, I ain't fucking Packers. I'm a Lions fan. So
really?
Then I go that way, you know what I mean?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's like, I always go the opposite what everybody else is. It's a problem I've had, like I could name probably 100 different things right off the top of my head, like what it is, you know. I mean, everybody bought a truck. I'm like, I don't like trucks. Bought an SUV, you know. Like, I don't know. It's just stupid stuff like that. It's little, but
You like consistency and history, I think. I'm trying to find the right word for that, but like I see that where like you'd rather stay on the steady train versus like just ride the trends when they come up.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I think unless the trend is you know, starts getting real steady, then I'm off it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, well, that's awesome. Cool.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you'll do some things if it'll come up, but
Yeah.
yeah, not like crazy all the time, right?
Yeah.
Different things.
Yeah, I don't
it can
know.
be too
I mean,
much too.
I don't know. Some people say that I'm. You really throw it out there sometimes, and I do, you know, but there's a lot that I just maybe conservative with. But then again, like, you know, that's everybody's got a different level of
Right.
that, and I'm not afraid to kind of be uncomfortable either. So,
Right.
you know, I've said that, and
Yeah.
so I just go do, man.
For sure.
Just do it.
Just do it. Okay, what else do we have? Should we kind of wrap it up with this one?
Yeah.
Advice for someone who feels stuck.
Oh, advice for someone that feels stuck. What are you stuck in? Like the mud? Where are you stuck at?
There would be different advice for being stuck in the mud.
Yeah, like if you're stuck in the mud, you
Take off your boot.
yeah, you're hosed. You know. But
call for help.
yeah, you better call for help. But
like stuck in life,
yeah,
I feel like this kind of goes along with, you know,
everything.
everything that we've already kind of talked about, but
Yeah.
just like kind of a closing.
Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, I got. I'm not gonna lie. I've been stuck for like 5 years, honestly, and I don't. I got stuck because I thought it was going to change, uh, but it didn't change. So, you know, like what's the definition of insanity? You know, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. You know, I mean that's what I did, and so for me, you know, the change part is, you know, I think if you're stuck, look at the things that you want to do and just do it. Just, you know, it's gonna burn. It's not gonna feel good. But you just fucking roll with it, you know, and because right now you're not. I mean, obviously, if you're thinking about it, you know, whatever that is, you know, whether it's a job or whether it's a relationship or whether it's um, you know, the money or, you know, anything, you know, I think, and I don't know. I'm just saying for me, you know, I had to make some changes, and I literally wrote down some of the things that I've always done, and then some of the things that I want to do, and then I said, you know what, I'm doing that because this is not what I want. This is not serving me a thing. This is nothing, and so I went back to like square one of why I was doing what I was doing and how am I going to do it, and I, you know, I had the goals. I have them written down. They're on the camera, on my phone. I write down the goals, and then what do I got to do, because what I'm doing now is not going to that direction. I'm not I'm not going to retire at 55 doing the same thing I'm going to do. So now I got to change it up. I got to find a new way of getting from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. And that part of it is where you got to be able to, I think, is make some serious changes in your head, whatever it is, and go with it and be committed to it, you know, and look at it and see it and be like, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do it, you know, and all that other stuff, put it to the side, move on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's going to work because I'm in the middle of it, honestly. Like, but you know what? I'm taking steps to do something different. I'm doing this podcast. This is something I've always wanted to do, but I've never done it. So I'm doing it. I mean, I go back to it. I'll probably say it 100 more times. I can't believe I'm actually sitting here doing this, but
Mm-hmm.
it is exactly the direction I needed to go. And it feels good. I mean, it might not at the time when you're thinking it in your head. You're like, oh God, that's gonna suck, or you know whatever that is. But then I'm telling you, once you got through it, like this first step, my first interview with Brian Bethke ever, I felt so good after getting done with it, and I've continued to grow off that. Like I can't wait for this time every Thursday to do this. So knowing that we can drop this on Friday, I love it. It gets me so jacked up. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's super amazing, and so it gets me to want to keep driving for the rest of the goals that I have because this feeling here is amazing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because I want to feel amazing again, and I want to bring other people with it, and I want to, you know, the people that have been with me and do the things that they do. I want to bring them. I want to bring the whole fucking group, man. Like just we're coming through, we're crashing, and I love it, and I want that, and that's where, and so that's to get back to your question. That's where I mean that's.
Mm-hmm.
I think you wrap it up on that and be like, hey, this is go get your goals, find your things that find your whys, and let's go get it. Let's go get it. You know, let's do this.
One step at a time.
Yeah,
Just
but
go
here's the
after
thing.
it.
Yeah, like that's don't you know the old adage you know that people used to say. I had a lady tell me this a while back. She was doing. She goes, you know, how do you eat an elephant? You know, and you're like, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. I mean, and literally, you take the small victories and keep running and just snowball that shit. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're rolling in the right direction of whatever you want to do, and stay positive. I mean, stay positive. I mean, stay positive. Get the people that are negative, get them out of your. Stay positive. Get the right people on the fucking bus, and then you take that bus, maybe a short bus. I feel like I should be on a short bus. Just kidding. No offense to any short bus people, but or people that drive short bus or whatever. Um, but get the right people on the bus and go. I mean, and just roll with it. And for me, I'd love to see the people that I work with um, doing their things and succeeding and being happy about that. And that makes me happy. That believe it or not, that's kind of the thing that I just maybe I wish I didn't have, but I love seeing other people succeed, and I want to see like my buddy Ben started rolling with his podcast, the guy that owned this place, Ben Stillwater. I'm Jack, so if I'm gonna plug him. Check him out on Brian Bethke's radio station, podcast, Spotify stuff. I'm pretty jacked about that. I'd love to hear that story. You know, talk to him. So all the successes. Your husband, I love listening to what he's got going on. He's just doing shit, man. He's just like I'm doing it. I love that. So all those. I mean, I have a ton of those. Um, and when I have those people that are close to me and they're succeeding and they're doing the right things, I fucking love it, man. Like that's I mean, maybe that's part of my why, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about who you keep in your circle too, and that it
Yeah.
definitely affects you.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see other people grow, whether they're with me or whether they do it on their own and do their own stuff, which I'm excited either way, you know, because I could see it and see that growth and I love it. And I'm excited for this. Podcast to keep growing. You know, next week's podcast is going to be a bomb, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited for next week.
I'm excited for that. So definitely, after you listen to this boring podcast, with Gabby and I this next week is going to be a bomb. So I love that, and we have an amazing lineup. I mean, we got some cool people.
People in the queue.
Yeah, they're queued up good, man. Like it's going to be fun. So I'm excited. So yeah, I mean, let's stay hungry, stay humble, right?
Yep, exactly.
Stay hungry, stay humble, and
feel free to put any questions that you guys have after listening to this episode or any other episodes. Throw them in on the YouTube. I think with Spotify you can comment as well. Otherwise, message the Northwoods page.
Yeah.
We can take questions anywhere in there. We'll try to throw some in, maybe in the different podcast episodes before we even get started with the interviews.
Yeah.
So people can hear more from you.
That's scary.
Talk to us. Let us know what you think. We love feedback and love hearing from everybody, and hope that you guys, message what you got out of the video too. So we can keep going in the right direction. So.
And definitely all those folks that have been reaching out to me with the DMs or text messages or phone calls or fucking, I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's good. So, yeah. Carry on. Stay hungry. Stay humble, man. From the first light to the closing door.